Hello everyone and welcome to a new lesson. I'm Noureddine and in this lesson I'm going to show you how you can write a film review and a book review because there isn't much difference between the two. First we're going to look at a short sample film review. I'd like you to read the introduction and say whether the movie is a comedy. Comedy films are designed to elicit laughter from the audience, or a romantic, and romance films are love stories centered around affairs of the heart, or a thriller. And thrillers, as you know, are also known as suspense films, and they evoke excitement and suspense in the audience. Remember the movies of Alfred Hitchcock, for example, or a western. And, as you know, westerns tell stories of the early days of American West, with cowboys in the untamed American frontier. Here's the film review. Look at the introduction and say whether the film is a comedy, a thriller, a romantic, or a western. So The Silence of the Lambs 1991 is an American thriller. The stars are Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins, and the director is Jonathan Demme. So of course the movie is a thriller. Let's read the movie again, the film review, and fill in this chart. The chart has the title, film genre, year, the release year, actors, roles, synopsis, evaluation, and the general impression about the movie. Here is the film review and the chart that you have to fill in. The Silence of the Lambs 1991 is an American thriller. The stars are Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins, and the director is Jonathan Demme. Anthony Hopkins plays a very dangerous criminal. Jodie Foster is a young FBI detective who asks for the help of a psychopath criminal in catching another serial criminal. The film is very dramatic and the actors are excellent. The music is also fantastic. However, it is not a good film for children because there's a lot of violence in it. The Silence of the Lambs is worth watching because of its great plot and outstanding characters. So the title of the movie is The Silence of the Lambs, and the film genre is, of course, thriller. The year, the release year is 1991, and the actors are Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins, the main characters, I mean, and these two characters played the role of detective and criminal. Jodie Foster plays the role of FBI detective, and Anthony Hopkins plays the role of the psychopath criminal. Now, the synopsis or the summary or resume of the movie. So, an FBI trainee seeks the advice of a psychopath criminal to apprehend, meaning to catch, another killer. Now, the evaluation of the movie, is it good or bad? So, it says that it's an excellent film. There is fantastic music, but there is a lot of violence in it. So, general impression, it's worth watching. That's what the writer says in the conclusion. Let's check what we've been talking about. And to check, I would like you to fill in the bubble for each paragraph in this film review. It's a different film review, of course. Here is the film review. It's about the movie Australia. Let me read it for you. Australia 2008 is a romantic, epic, and action-adventure film directed by Baz Luhrmann, starring Nicole Kidman and Hugh Jackman. It was set in World War II. It tells the story of Lady Sarah Ashley, an aristocratic Englishwoman who inherits an Australian cattle ranch, and Drover, a rough local cattleman. As they struggle to save the ranch, their relationship eventually changes from mutual dislike to passionate love. This is an epic film which has everything: history and racism, action, war and romance, as well as beautiful scenery. On the negative side, the film is very long, with stereotyped characters and a predictable plot. Despite its faults, Australia is a film well worth seeing. Just sit back and relax for this larger than life experience. Look at the first paragraph, which is, of course, the introduction. It's got the title of the movie, the release year, the film genre, the actors, and the director. Yes, the name and type of film, the director, and the main actors. The second paragraph, what does the second paragraph give us? Yes, it tells us the story briefly. So it summarizes the movie. So we call that a film synopsis, a summary of the movie. And in the third paragraph, the writer talks about the good points and the bad points of the movie. So that's an evaluation, of course. So the writer's evaluation of the various aspects of the film, the good points and the bad points. Then, in the conclusion, what do we have? The writer, of course, suggests that we see the movie, although it has its faults. So there is there are general thoughts and impressions about the movie, and of course the recommendation. Now let's recapitulate, and in the opening we have the name and type of the film or book, because you can use this strategy to write also a book review. The author, if it's a book, and the director, if it's a movie, and the main characters. In the first paragraph of the body, we have the film synopsis or book summary. In the second paragraph, we have the writer's opinion on various aspects of the book or film, that is the good points and the bad points, meaning an evaluation of the movie or the book. And in the last paragraph, in the conclusion, of course, we include general thoughts and impressions of the film or book, and we include also recommendation. We suggest that people see or read the book or see the movie. Now it's your turn to write a film review, and the instructions say write a review of a film you have seen recently. The review will be published in your school magazine. So the first thing you have to do is to read the instructions very carefully and underline or circle the most important words. For example, here the most important words are film review or review of a film. It is meant for publication in a school magazine. It's very important to know your audience and your purpose, the audience you are writing for, and the purpose why you are writing. There are different ways to brainstorm a film review, and having a chart like this one is just one way. This chart, I think, can help you. It has the title. Here you write the title of the movie. The film genre, is it action film, adventure film, comedy film, drama, thriller, etc. The year or the release year, when did the movie come out? The actors, the main actors, not all of them of course, and the roles of the actors. What role does each actor play? And then the synopsis or the summary. Here you give a short summary of the movie, and then evaluation or the good points and the bad points of the film. And in the conclusion, you write about you write your general impression about the movie, and then your recommendation. Do you recommend it or not? Of course, there are steps to follow to write a film review. You cannot rely on memory, so you have to follow certain steps. First, watch the movie or film series and take notes of both major and minor events and character. Second, you have to analyze the movie after watching it. Don't start working on the review if you aren't sure you understand the film. Evaluate the movie from beginning to the end. Rewatch it if it's necessary. Then consider the movie's originality and the quality of scenes. Explain how the movie stands out and it does not just follow suit. And then draft an outline. An outline can be something like this: introduction, title, release date, background information, summary of the story or movie, an analysis of the plot elements, that is an evaluation, and opinion or impression, supported with examples and facts if it's necessary. So good luck.